Hello everybody, welcome to my videos. My name is James Woods Games. Today we're doing a poll results video. Sega! Okay, so one for the Amiga, one for the C4 has already been completed. Now, prior to posting this one, I actually put a poll on the community sections of YouTube as well as on Discord to see what people would like to see as the next poll video. And the Mega Drive was top of the poll. So for this one, I gave the viewers 3 weeks to vote for their top 15 Sega Mega Drive games, old or new. 33 people voted, 176 games were picked, and a grand total of 722 votes. So thank you everyone that voted, thank you to these amazing people. So 33 people voted, the 33rd person to vote was indeed myself, so my results were in at the end. So basically what I did for this one, like I did for the previous ones, it doesn't matter how many you vote for, within 10, 15, 30 or 40, it's entirely up to you. But every game earns 1 additional point. Apart from this time, I changed it to the top 3. The top 3 earns extra points, which made it a bit more interesting. So like before, games in 15, 14, 13, 12 and 11 are basically going to be just the game playing, no webcam thrown over the top of it. And of course, the top 10, I'll do it the usual way. So, we'll start off at number 15 on the list. Let's go. There we go. Now, Toy German Error was one of the ones I voted for. Right, now we move into the top 10. So, of course, numbers 15 to 4 earn 1 point. 1, 2, 3 earns more.
Number 10.
There we go. We arrive at number 10 on the list. Goes this amazing game, Mega Turrican. Copyright 994, Factor 5. This one got 15 votes. Okay, so the game is Mega Turrican, a run-and-gun video game developed by Factor 5 in 1993 and marketed by Data Ease in 1994. As part of the Turrican series, it was developed for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, followed by the Amiga port developed by Kaiko and Neon Studios under the name of Turrican 3 Payment Day. Despite not being original, the Amiga version was one of the first commercially released in 1993, published by Robot Arts in Germany and Renegade for the rest of Europe. And for this video, it features at number 10. Now, of course, if it features in people's top 3, earns extra points. This one earned extra 5 points because 2 people put it in their top 3, which deserves to be there. But it wasn't the first version I played, it was the Amiga when I played it in 2019. And I bought the box in 2020, right bang in the middle of lockdown. The game is great, but because it's course of the Turrican games, many changes were made. Some good, some not so good. But this one, they replaced quite a lot of it, but also the Plasma Broke was introduced. And it's not so bad with a one-button joystick, but the controller, in my case, not a huge fan of controllers, it's quite difficult to adapt to. But other weapons were added, also the shield is there, which is great, you don't get third-degree burns that way. Unlike previous games, you do get quite a lot of boss battles along the way. And the majority of them, time limits will stop. But it's so good, of course the music by Chris Helsbeck is amazing, it always is. But gyroscopes were changed over the course of time, but also you do have smart bombs, and this one we've got 3. The gyroscope is very, very handy, but it has changed quite a lot over the course of the game. Some of them are limited to one use, some of them you have a bar in this situation, and the second game basically is fly. Right, go well so far. 6 lives in tap, of course, Turrican games are known for that. The Mega Drive version did not have a publisher and stayed unreleased from spring 1993 until 1994, when Data East took over its worldwide distribution. Data East itself released the game in North America and contacted Sony ImageSoft for the game's distribution in Europe. And also what was added was the homing missiles. So this one you had the multiple shot, the laser and the rebound. The rebound I wasn't a huge fan of it really. But it's good in its own way. It's not good for enemies in front of you. Basically it runs on the surface like the one you get in R-Type. But yes, lives can be all over the place. So in this game it tells you how many you found and how many you missed. And it's one of the sort of games I'm always finding things I haven't found before. But yeah, you're going to go for the lives. It's quite risky with the time limits. Let's go for the basics, get through the game quite quickly. You get these diamonds, are good for you score. You finish your health, you have a heart. Alright, it's actually the 3rd area now, 3rd level. With the new version, platforms don't move like this. You jump on platform to platform like that. I suppose in a way, it makes it easier when the platforms are moving with you. But like Turrican 2, you also jump on certain enemies' heads. You keep doing it, you're jumping them down on a pogo stick. But yes, it's very easy to fall to your death on this one. It's also very similar to the open level of Wolf Trials. This will take you to the junkyards. But yeah, if you lose a life or you finish a stage, any smart bombs you used up are then given back to you. But yeah, you do have a limited supply of bullets, but no limited supply of bombs, smart bombs. So good. Jump to there. Really is good. Right, then we've got the iconic boss, shall we? It's nice that this game also incorporates previous enemies and previous bosses. But being an air boss, it's quite difficult because of course it took away the surrounds to incorporate the plasma rope. And also in the gyroscope mode you can also lay mines. Must be crushing this slate though. It's so good. There we go, fantastic. More footage though, that is Mega Tropican. I think he's dead. Pretty certain he's dead.
Number 9.
You tell what it is yet? This is a game I never played back in the day. Coming in at number 9 with 15 votes, Contra Hard Corps. Okay, so the game is Contra Hard Corps, a 904 run and gun game, both published by Konami and Sega Genesis, making it the first in the Contra series released for the Sega platform. And for this video, it features at number 9. Also 15 points, but this one had 6 extra points, with 3 people putting it in their top 3. Now when it comes to Contra games, I haven't experienced many of them, but this is one I did not play back in the day. But even though I haven't played many of them, I'm assuming it's the same for all of them. They're all very difficult, and this one does not hang around. It chucks the kitchen sink at you right from the start. But yeah, you can get quite a lot of weapons. And also, like Mega Turrican, there are a lot of bosses. But yeah, if you die, whatever weapon you've got when you die, you lose. But you can use the A button to change weapons in your possession. Which at the moment of time, you've only got 2, now 3. But let's soon get past the first level without dying. Let's try anyway. But yeah, you can also fire in the air, fire while crouching, and also fire while climbing. It's difficult. Yeah, the first Contra game I played wasn't number 3, it was on the PlayStation 2, Shattered Soldier I think it was called. Set 5 years after the events of Contra 3 The Alien Wars, a terrorist group led by the renegade Colonel Bahamut has stolen an alien cell recovered from the war and now intend to use it to produce weapons. A task force known as the Tachuda Hard Corps are set to deal with the situation. The game features a branching storyline with multiple possible endings. And another boss, going to shoot the eyeball. The game can also be played in 2-player mode, but I've never experienced any of the Contra games in 2-player mode. But yes, that makes it much more easier having an extra player. Right, we're not out of the woods yet, far from it, but we're going to keep going. Right, we've got 4 weapons. We'll stick with the laser. The laser's very up and down in games, but this one seems to be one of the strongest weapons. Certainly the ones I've seen so far. As you expect, crazy. Right, 1 boss. Can we do it? We'll certainly give it a try. I'm going to go for the laser for the first part. Somebody inside that thing. Right. Now I'm going to try and do this by laying on the floor, the majority of the confrontation. By using the laser. There's no such thing as an easy boss in a game like this. The question to the viewers, what was the first Contra game you finished? I haven't experienced many of them. Right, we're going to switch weapons. And this one isn't as strong, but it's going to hit its mark much more easier. So it's got advantages and disadvantages. Right, can we do it? We lay on the floor. Stay on the floor. I'm assuming you keep your weapons for the next stage. There we go. Boom, boom, pow. Great game though, but difficult. Wait, who are you? You can call me Dead-Eye Joe. If you want to know more than that, then come and get me. Gone.
Number 8.
There we go, we arrive at number 8 on the list. I've played this, but it's been a very long time. Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, copyright 1993, Sega. 17 votes. Okay, so the game Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. It's a 1993 hack and slash platform game. First published by Sega for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis. It's a direct sequel to the previous game, The Revenge of Shinobi. Shinobi 3 received critical acclaim and has been ranked and considered among the greatest Sega Mega Drive Genesis games. And for this video, it features at number 8, with a grand total of 17 votes and 2 people put it in their top 3, which gave it extra 5 points. It's a good game, it's a very good game, plays very well. It's not my favourite of all the Shinobi games, my favourite has always been the first one, which I played absolute death on the arcades. But, amazingly, none of my school friends back in the day that had Mega Drives had this game. The first time I played it was actually on the PlayStation 2, actually this one, it was the Sega Mega Drive Collections. I've also got it on the Xbox 360, which is called the Mega Drive Ultimate Collection, which had a few more additional extras thrown in, including Xbox achievements. But yeah, very, very similar to the game we featured previously on this video, Revenge of Shinobi. But yes, like Shinobi, you do have a limited number of shurikens. Start the game off with 2 lives, and we do have an energy bar. Now you do summon your magical skill by using the A button. It's very easy to press that by mistake at the start of the game. Good like Streets of Rage. Right, going well so far. Yeah, even the bosses. I've done it again! Press the wrong button. Like that. Just like that. But I won't kill him immediately. It protects you. It's like a shield. Right, I wasn't going to use that for this. Never mind, I've done it now. So yeah, bosses, very, very similar. So this allows you to sustain a little bit more damage. And make your bullets more stronger. There we go. Okay, it's actually round 2. This is the secret entry. Besides his regular assortment of moves and attacks, the player has the ability to perform a special, or 4 special, ninjutsu techniques. Only one can be used for each level, unless the shinobi finds additional ninjutsu bonuses throughout hidden spots of most levels. The 4 ninjutsu techniques involve engulfing lightning as a temporary shield, summoning fire dragons, and boosting his vertical leap and self-sacrificing. The latter costing 1 life to destroy common enemies or damage bosses. And this is spectacular. The first game I saw that had a level like this was on the Amiga. It was Wrath of the Demon, which actually was the first level of the game. Really good. So we can also get more additional lives. But I'm going to try and do what I was going to try and do the last time by trying to save the skill for the time I needed it. But also I'm going to switch to a different one. We're going to go for a different one this time. I'm going to use the fire dragons. Not technically its name. We'll go with fire dragons. And certainly that's what's happening. But yeah, really good. There's an extra life up there, so we've gone from 2 to 3. It's nice it warns you, but then Wrath of the Demon did as well. It's not easy when they're firing at you, but like in Shinobi, if you're at close range, also perform a second attack. That will save you bullets. Right, we're going to press the start button, we're going to select that one, and we're going to hit it with everything we've got. But it's got to be right in the line of fire, literally. It might take 1 damage, I might get a spear for the skull, but we'll see. Right, that should do it. I don't think many will survive that one, but yeah, the good old days, 1 special kills a boss. There we go, fantastic. Really good. Right, let's finish it with a boss. It's already killed me once before, but in doing that, allow me to find out this game also does have a sprint. I had no idea. But also in dying means you have your ninjutsu skill back again, so try and keep it in the line of fire, but it won't be over as quickly as that in later bosses. But yeah, it's a bit of a game changer with the sprint. I had no idea. It's a great game though. Shinobi 3.
Number 7.
There we go. We arrive at number 7 on the list with 18 votes. Streets of Rage. Copyright 991. Right, Adam, Axel, or Blaze? Go for Blaze. Power B, jump and speed is A. Okay, so the game is Streets of Rage, a 901 beat-em-up video game, developed and published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. Player control 1 of 3 former police officers turned vigilantes battle crime syndicate. It establishes many conventions in Streets of Rage series of games, such as 2-player quad play and acclaimed techno soundtrack. The game is ported to the Game Gear, Sega CD and the Master System and has been re-released as part of various compilations and downloadable services. And for this poll video, it features at number 7 with a grand total of 18 votes and 4 people put it in their top 3, so it earned 8 extra points. And I have to admit though, I haven't played this game for absolutely years. It's Creative Rat 2, still a very good game in its own ways, but like the last game, there is a special which is very easy to press at the start of the level by pressing the A button, which again is limited to 1. But this game has 3 characters and also is very well known for these sort of games pick up food off the floor to pleasure your health. And Apple is a little bit of energy, Chicken is either most of it or all of it, I can't remember, but yes, you can also pick up weapons, some featured in later games, some did not. I don't think the bottle did, but you find them by smashing parts of the stage. Streets of Rage is a beat-em-up featuring aspects of Double Dragon and Final Fight. Players act as Adam Hunter, Axel Stone or Blaze Fielding, who save Oak City from being overtaken by a criminal led by Mr. X. The 3 characters traverse 8 levels and all have a total of 40 moves, such as headbutts, backslams and reverse kicks. But yes, it does have the evil time in it, but it's very rare. I don't think I've ever run out of time in this game, not once. Right, armed and ready, the pine pots. Surround the landscape, and weapons can be used to attack enemies, like glass bottles, knives, pipes and baseball bats. and food items which increase energy, such as apples and chicken. Unicorn chicken. Right, now I haven't used a special skill, I don't intend to. Yeah, my friend Danny had all 3 of the Streets of Rage games, but out of the 3, I think the third one was probably my least favourite. Didn't play that nowhere near as much. But it's good though. I do tend to use the throws quite a bit, and also if you press C and B together, you do a back kick, which I don't think I ever did once back then. Right. A knife? Why not? Brilliant. There we go. A win for Blaze. 1 minute 25 remaining. Round 1 is clear. Okay, a quick edited down version of level 2. Players have a limited number of special attacks allowing them to call their former comrades, the police, and summon a police car to fire explosive, damaging all enemies on screen. The player is given 1 special attack per life or per level, and power-up check on police cars can sometimes be found to supply additional specials. Right, now we are Axel. But yeah, the characters are quite slow. But yeah, items can be... What is that? Items can be... I don't remember this one at all. What is that? What's a smart bomb? Smoke grenade? I don't know. It stuns them, that's for sure. Right, one more just life. Now we've got 4. And the special... I'm not going to use the special. But I did actually realise you find more. That also I don't remember, but a lot of this is a bit of a blur now. It's been so long since I last played it though. Right, next boss. As you can see, my special was accidentally used. There's really not much at this level I can remember. I don't remember this boss at all. Right, so... It's got deadly claws. Which does take away quite an amount of energy. It'd be easier, of course, in 2-player modes. And we can throw knives, and I shoot bottles also, which you can do in later games. I don't know how you do it though. Oh, not that. Well, energy ain't good, as you can see. It ain't good. But it might just scrape through. There we go, with 20 seconds to go. In level 2. All our footage, that is Streets of Rage.
Number 6.
Copyright strike incoming? Who knows? Arriving at number 6. This is one of the ones I voted for, and I was certain I had a physical version of this one. I don't. Copyright 1993 by Sega. This one got 19 votes. Okay, so the game is Aladdin, a 1993 platform game based on a 1902 film with the same name, developed by Virgin Games. The game was released by Sega for the Sega Genesis October 19th, 1993, as one of the several games based on the film, including another game that was released in the same month by Capcom for the SNES. The game is one of the best-selling Genesis games, with over 4 million copies sold. It also received another adapted port to other platforms, including the NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, MS-DOS, and the Amiga. And that was also very difficult to read at the same time as doing it. The game is great. Like I say, one of the ones I voted for. This one got a grand total of 19 votes, and 3 people put it in their top 3, earning it another additional 4 points. But it's brilliant. But yes, I was certain I had a physical version, but I guess I don't. But my friend Daniel at school, he did. He also had this, Streets of Rage, Columns, Super Hang-On, and Sonic the Hedgehog. That is a checkpoint. You start the game off with 3 lives, you can buy more along the way. And also, you can use these apples to your advantage by throwing them at long distances to your enemies. But yeah, a lot of them are quite difficult to avoid in close combat. But yes, I tend to use the crouching sword fights rather than the standing sword fight. But you can also use a sword in the air. There we go, 1,350. But yes, that's a checkpoint. And your energy is the smoke that comes out the lamp and the players are picking up a genie heart. But yeah, checkpoints do feature quite often. But the versions I've played, some of them are very, very different, including the SNES and indeed the Master System version, which is a totally different game, a much slower paced game, but still a good game nevertheless. But this was the first Disney game I played. After this, I'm pretty sure it was on the PlayStation 1, it was Hercules, which I have finished quite a few times. This game does also have a bonus stage, and finally you find the icon first and you get to the end of the stage, which is right there. You can also go to the shop and spend your well-earned cash, but I think we'll just go on for now. I hope for the best. It's really good. I love the animation as well. That should be the end of the first level. Right, are we feeling lucky?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. It gets faster. Okay, we arrive at our first bonus stage. So basically, yes, we are the monkey. Now, we do have a sword. We're trying to avoid the hazards and collect the treasure. And I have done a few of them, but don't do it every single time, because sometimes it's very difficult. You don't have a lot of time to make your move. Try and collect the treasures. It's all about being in the right place at the right time. Can't believe you earned your life. Oh, you do, up there. That's approaching the screen at extremely slow pace. Lord! Nice try, but not good enough. Right, as you see, my lives are fading fast. I'm down to my final one now. This is basically escape, and that's exactly what you're trying to do. You've got to try and get out of here. Get from start to finish without dying. It's very easy to die because I've totally forgotten how difficult this game can be. Now you do get lives occasionally thrown away. Plenty of apples and plenty of energy, but no checkpoints. So you've got to just keep running. Run like Forrest Gump. But yeah, getting hit by this, instant kill. Falling down there, instant kill. But this next jump is the one that keeps killing me. Got to jump right on that edge. We do get continues. Plenty of energy. But yeah, again, we're going to keep running. Close calls. But yeah, quite a lot of lives have been lost trying to get to this point.
Yeah.
Got one life back. There you go. Fantastic. Level complete. All of footage, that is Aladdin.
Number 5.
Okay, for the video number 5, for me, day 2. This one got 20 votes, 1993 Sega, Gunstar Heroes. Okay, this game is Gunstar Heroes, 1993 run and gun video game, directed by Treasure, published by Sega for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis. It was Treasure's first event game. The game's premise centers around two characters known as the Gunstars, in an effort to stop the evil empire from recovering 4 powerful gems. And for this video, it features at number 5 with a grand total of 20 votes. It also earned extra points because 2 people put it in their top 3, giving it extra 6 points. And it's a good game. This is a game I did not play back in the day. No friends had this one. I have played it before in the last 5 years or so. I have also experienced it in 2-player mode. But it doesn't ease you into the game. Like Contra, it just throws everything at you at the start. We've got our first boss. At least in this game, you have a vitality bar, the boss battle has vitality bars, and you also can select levels and weapons at the start. So basically pick the levels in all you like. You can also have the free shot or the fixed shot. The free shot means you're actually running while shooting at the same time like this. The fixed shot means you're moving to the spot, then you fire in any direction. For weapons, you also have the force fire, the lightning fire, the chaser, and the fire, which is very effective at close range. But yeah, flamethrower is always very up and down in games, but this one, like the laser and Contra, it seems to be one of the most strongest I've seen so far. The characters can fire guns and perform a series of acrobatic maneuvers to fight enemies across each stage. There are 4 weapons in the game that can bind to one another to create different shot types. It's a really cool idea. Haven't really experimented with it much. What next boss is Bravo Man. Special moves is a spinning driver and a dragon punch. They're being made of cardboard, which you can set it on fire. With this, it should be a breeze. Right, so now we're going to slide down, assume, the pyramids. Right, now you actually select your weapon by pressing the A button. You should have an extended flame now. And you also use that when you combine the weapons together. Yeah, this is quite a difficult moment, this one. I have experimented with some of the bosses on this level, even though I haven't experienced many of these levels so far. It's nice to get a choice. I don't know if there's actually more than 4. There's going to be 4 main ones, but being a game like this, and as difficult as this game can be, I'm sure there's going to be more to that. There'll certainly be a big boss at the end of it, for sure. Right, we're at the bees, but yeah, you can extend your vitality coming out of red hearts. I'm not sure what the maximum is, but we'll keep going for now. Also, you can slide and jump off the walls. Right, next boss, final boss of this level. Right, boss is approaching, it's a Pinky Roader. Special moves is the Hitman Shot and the Iron Knuckle. Right, we're sticking with the flame, that's all we've got. Once again, we've got boss's vitality. Good thing. Not all games have it. It's lots of games do. Very difficult opening boss. Right, okay. I'll slide underneath. There we go. Death from below. Whether this is actually the way to do it, I'm not sure. It's the best tactic I've come up with so far. It doesn't always do the same thing each time. It does change its attacks from time to time. Right, it's defeated. There we go. Fantastic. Good. Difficult though, but good. Stage is clear. Like Contra, the boss flies away. But there is our first diamond or gem. Fantastic. There we go. Warner footage, Gunstar Heroes.
Number 4.
Right, there we go. Move up to number 4 on the list. This one was guaranteed to be in there. It's amazing. But it wasn't the first version I played. It was on the Amiga. Golden Axe coming at number 4, 26 votes. Okay, before we continue, select your player. We go for the Axe Battler, aka the Barbarian. Okay, so the game is Golden Axe, a 1989 beat-em-up video game, developed and published by Sega. The game casts players as one of 3 warrens, free the fantastical land of Uria for the titanial rule of Death Adder, who wields the titular Golden Axe. The game was well received at time of release. Golden Axe was later converted to play on many different home systems, including Sega's own Sega Mega Drive Genesis and the Master System. The game spawned an entire franchise consisting of many sequels and various spin-offs. Also, very difficult to read at the same time of doing it. So much time in this game is spent by having one enemy on either side of you. But it's a game that features highly deserved on this list, which features at number 4 with 26 votes. It also added 10 extra points because people put it in their top 3s, and again, deservedly so. It's not my favourite version, not the first version I played, but it's a good version though, which I have experienced in 2-player mode. In fact, quite a lot of versions I've experienced in 2-player modes. And of course, has featured in quite a few compilations. And this is the Bazarian. I've noticed the length of the tower is quite long on this one, which makes it a bit more easier. So, like other games on this list, all you can have the magic, but on this one you can extend its strength by picking up these potions. But these characters are very, very fast moving on this one. But you normally do earn magic at the end of each level, and some of them you can get more additional health in food. At the moment of time, we do have 3 lives and 3 health bars. And also, you do have the charge, which can be a bit of a lifesaver because the enemies can do the same thing as well. But yeah, you can get knocked off this Bazarian, it's very easily done. And it happens too much times, it's going to run off in a hump. Right, I'm not going to use... Well, I am now. Revenge is sweet. Get back on it and use it. I wasn't going to. I probably won't kill them. In other versions, it will do. Right, I'm going to use the tail. Fantastic. Right, we get a very brief chance to get some more magic. It'll be quick though, because they're very fast. It's normally 2, 3, maybe 4 if you're lucky per time. There you go. Okay, a very brief edited down version of stage 2. Now we are Tyrus Flare, the Amazon. Her mother and father were killed by Death Adder. Guinness the Thunderhead, the dwarf, his brother was killed by Death Adder, and the Axe Battler, his mother was killed by Death Adder. And they died by falling into the drink, and of course characters can't swim in this game. I'm certainly not making it easy for myself. Look at my energy, but then look at my magic. I'm saving for the right time, but then technically there's no boss in this one anyway. We've always found the skeletons to be the most difficult of all the enemies other than bosses. But not only can you mount the Bazarians, you also mount the dragons. And the one you want to try and get is on this one. There's one that fires at long distances and one at short range. But yes, you're going to get knocked off them very easily. But yes, you can get back on them if you're quick. But too many times, they're going to run away. But we're going to use the magic. That's my favourite one of the game. The Sega Mega Drive version remained largely faithful to the arcade game and in a level and a dual mode along with a new ending. But there we go, another one bites the dust. Small enough footage, that is Golden Axe.
Number 3.
There we go, move over to a classic. It's fantastic. It was bound to be there, but where was it going to feature? Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 36 votes. Okay, so the game's Sonic the Hedgehog, a 91 platform game, developed and published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. The player controls Sonic, a hedgehog that runs at supersonic speeds. The story follows Sonic as he aims to foil the mad scientist Dr. Bob's plans to seek the Chaos Emeralds. The gameplay involves collecting beings in the form of health and a simple control scheme while jumping and attacking, controlled by a single button. And it's one of those games that is bound to feature in this poll. It's a question of where. It featured at number 3 with a grand total of 36 votes. And it also earned 14 extra points by being in people's top 3s, and deservedly so. This game is amazing, still looks great to this day, and my friend Danny at school had this one and I was absolutely blown away by it. But it wasn't the first version I played. The first one I played was actually on the Master System. But it's still an absolute corker, this one. Really is good. But yes, you've got to try and get to the end, if possible, by getting plenty of things in your possession. Get the massive thing at the end, and you go to the bonus stage. Sonic is passed at 1. Okay, we arrive at the bonus stage. This is probably the thing I wasn't keen on with this version. Bear in mind I played the Master System version the most. I got so used to those pinball stages. Because I thought they were better and easier. Which is why I found it quite difficult to try and adapt to this. You've got to try and blast your way through, pick up whatever you can along the way, and get that Chaos Emerald. Which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's looking good here. There we go. And of course, more opportunities to get rings. So we've got the first one, ring bonus at 2,900. Sonic the Hedgehog received positive reviews for its visuals, audio and gameplay, and is widely considered one of the greatest video games. It sold over 40 million copies across all platforms, becoming one of the best-selling video games. On the Genesis, which was bundled in with, it sold over 15 million copies, making it one of the best-selling Genesis games. It established the Genesis as a key player in the 16-bit era, making it competitive with the SNES. It been ported to multiple systems and inspired several clones. A successful franchise and adaptations of other media, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was released in 1992. I don't know if I read that brilliantly or not, but you would read at the same time are going at supersonic speeds, or trying to. But yes, you can get also power-ups along the way, which makes you invincible, or lets you sustain another additional hit, or makes you run even faster. But yes, you also get additional lives, and also get up more additional rings by picking up the ring icon, which gives you 10, I think. And over time, we do have 50. What you get at the end of the stage is stored, and you can actually earn more lives that way. But there we go, no one's done. No ring this time, but we did get 56. Past Act 2, there we go. My colour one, didn't realise, look at that. Right, Green Hill Zone, Act 3, and of course every Act 3 is a boss battle. Let's go find that Dr. Robotnik. So of course, you want to get the true ending, get those Chaos Emeralds. Don't say you have to, but I would say the key thing is, have a ring on the possession. Having that extra ring allows you to sustain an additional hit. One of the rings gives you additional life. It can be quite devastating losing all your rings when you're so close to getting 100. But yes, the orb allows you to sustain an extra hit, keeping your rings intact. It does have its fair share of secrets. Some of them I know where they are, and some of them is just down to luck. I know there's one there. A little bit of a shortcut. But yeah, I haven't played many of the 3D ones. I think that lost a lot of its charm, but of course, it never away from what they did. Also, yes, the Masters version is the one I played the most, this and that one, but also the Game Gear was really good. It's pretty much the same as the Masters version, just a few additional enhancements. Of course, it's not a bad thing, but yes, it was great on a small screen. My friend Daniel had that one also. And this is our first conversation with Dr. Robotnik. Of course, it's a great idea because every time you find him, he has another contraption, which will be more powerful, more deadly, more dangerous than the one we just previously experienced. But, there we go. 49 rings, did that in 1 minute 10. So, we rescue some animals. And this time we get bunny rabbits and bluebirds. There you go, more footage, that is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Number 2.
Yes, there it is again, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, copyright 1992, in number 2, 44 votes. Okay, so the game is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, a platform game developed for the Sega Mega Genesis. Players control Sonic as attempts to stop Dr. Robotnik from stealing the Chaos Emerald to power up his space station, the Death Egg. Like the first Sonic, players control side-scrolling levels at high speed while collecting rings, defeating enemies and fighting bosses. Sonic 2 introduces his sidekick Tails and features faster gameplay, large levels and multiplayer mode, special stages featuring pre-rendered 3D graphics. Very good to read at the same time I'm doing it once again, but anyway, this is also a very, very good game. I'm really struggling to pinpoint which is the best one for me, this one or the first one. There are things I like about the first, the things I like about the second more. but I do prefer the bonus stages more in this one. But of course, it's fast paced, we love that. And it's amazing. Still to this day, it looks so good. I've got goosebumps. But yeah, it's an absolute classic. You cannot go wrong with a game like this. But of course, other versions I have was experience. The Master System was very difficult, I thought. That one I haven't got nowhere near finishing. But there we go, we finished the first stage, got through Act 1. Didn't know about it though. 93 rings. Okay, Emerald Hill Zone 2. Sonic 2 was widely anticipated, and Sega backed it with an aggressive 10 million marketing campaign. It was released in November 1992 to acclaim numerous end-of-year accolades, including 2 Golden Joystick Awards. Critics considered Sonic 2 an improvement over the first game and praised the visual, level design, gameplay and music, but criticised the low delivery level and similarities to its predecessor. Sonic 2 grossed over 450 million and sold 6 million copies by 2006, making it the second best-selling Genesis game behind the original Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at him go! Slow down! But anyway, it's fantastic. But yes, I do prefer the bonus stages, and how you activate them is different on this one. You've got to try and jump through the hoop when you reach a checkpoint. Once you have a certain quantity of rings, which I believe is 50. Well, I had to pause it to get my breath back. Okay, bonus stage. And the first time I saw this, I have to admit, I wasn't sure at first. This one had to grow on me, but then so did the first game. But so much different to the first game. But yes, I do sometimes forget that yes, Tails is actually part of this game, because 9 times out of 10 it can't keep up. Now you can also sustain damage here. If you do lose some of your rings. But 9 times out of 10 is not me that takes the damage, it's Tails. You have quite a bit of a delay, especially when you're jumping over a hazard. And occasional hazards are thrown your way. You've got to try and go through each section and find a certain quantity of rings. Do it successfully and you earn a Chaos Emerald. But yeah, you can actually go upside down like that, you can do. The occasional hazards are thrown your way. What they are, I'm not sure. Mines? We'll go with mines. But yeah, it was a wow factor. But I really wasn't sure at first though. I love the music, it's superb, it's cool, it is cool. So I suppose there is a lot of trial and error in these. Like the first game, what try and get, if you want the true ending, get all the Chaos Emeralds. Alright, 123, 142 total. I think we've done it actually. When you finish it, you don't finish the stage, you resume play where you left off. There we go, first one is completed. Sonic got the Chaos Emerald. Sonic 2 solidified Sonic as a major franchise and helped keep Sega competitive during the console years of the 16-bit era in the early 1990s. It continues to receive critical acclaim and considered one of the greatest video games of all time. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic & Knuckles followed in 1994. Oh, I didn't realise only 2 stages. I can't remember that. Anyway, we get through them so fast. Took me completely by surprise. But once again, there he is. Dr. Robotnik. Once again, he's been busy with more contraptions. But the first one's always the easiest, but it does go into really quite quickly. But this game can also be played in multiplayer, but doing that, the screens are very, very shrunken down in size. I'm looking for a letterbox. Multiple letterboxes. Yes, one takes control of Sonic, one can take control of Tails. And off he goes to try and build his next contraption. And once again, we hit the button and more animals. Squirrels and bluebirds once again. 4 lives. Sonic got through Act 2.
Number 1.
Okay, arrive at number 1 on the list. Here we go. This is actually my number 1 pick as well. Streets of Rage 2. I'm not surprised. It's amazing. Copyright 1992. This one got a grand total of 50 votes. Coming at number 1. Right, so this game, they increase it from 3 players to 4. So for this one, we'll go for Axel. Okay, so the game Streets of Rage 2, also known as Bare Knuckle 2 in Japan, is a 1992 beat-em-up game developed and published by Sega for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis. The sequel to Streets of Rage, released in 1991, the characters Axel Stone and Blaze Fielding return, while the game introduced 2 new characters, Max Thunder and Eddie Skate Hunter, the younger brother Adam Hunter from the first game. And for this video, for this poll, a highly deserved winner with a grand total of 50 votes coming at number 1. And before the poll even started, this is the game I thought was going to win it, although it was quite close towards the end. I forgot to mention the last 2, but yes, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 got 14 extra points, 3 people put in at number 1 place. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 got 26 extra points, 5 people put in at number 1 place. And Streets of Rage 2 got 23 extra points, and 6 people, including myself, put it in at number 1 place. And for this game, I didn't hesitate. It's always going to be my #1 game. This is one that I played the most back in the day. My friend Danny had all 3 of them. This was the game we tend to play the most in 2-player modes. And it's also one of those games I tend to go back to every time I fire up my Mega Drive. And I got my Mega Drive, my first one in the year 2000, when I got it in my boot fair. This game was the one I wanted the most. This and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. But yeah, the first game was great. The third game only got 2 points. But yes, it did iron out a lot of the problems in the first game, even though I didn't think it was many. But the special ability that was very easy activated with an A button wasn't incorporated here. But it added bigger sprites, more graphics and more characters. We are Axel. Special moves is the Dragon Wing, the Dragon Smash, the Headbutt, the Body Slam and the Back Throw. It's really good, and I have experienced it in 2-player mode, including online. Upon release, Future Race 2 received critical acclaim and top sales charts for months. The game is commonly regarded as one of the best in the series, and one of the best games for the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, and also one of the best games of all time. Its soundtrack 2 has also been considered one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. Succeeded by Future Race 3, released in 1994, Future Race 2 has since been re-released on other platforms and expanded name 3D Future Race 2, released in 2015. It was also released for Nintendo 3DS. Very good to read once again, but also we are now Blaze. Still level 1 though, this is the club, but you also can use special moves at a cost of energy to get yourself into different situations, quite similar to Final Fight. But yes, Blaze special moves is the back sacrifice throw, the back drop, and in Buckakyu, and the Kapow, which I think is that one, but I haven't pronounced it correctly. But yes, it was surrounded, it was very easy done in 1-player mode, it could be a real lifesaver. But yeah, absolutely superb, and of course the characters now have names, which you didn't have in the first game. Once again, food we picked up off the floor to replenish your health. But yeah, the 5-second rule doesn't count here. Right, third playthrough, now we are Max. Just in time for the first boss. Special moves is the Mule Kick, the Super Hammer Punch, the Drop Kick and the Thunder Tackle. Which is a good move, but it does drain your energy. But in a situation like this, it's very handy. But yeah, Max is not overly fast, but he's overly strong. But in those wheelie bins should be chickens. If we need it, of course. It's very easy to be surrounded in this situation. There you go, I did a lot about that, but the chicken is still laying on the floor in the pouring rain. There you go, win for Max. Stage 1 is clear. Here we go. Clear bonus, time bonus, and level bonus. Right, fourth playthrough. Now we have Skate. Special moves are the rolling uppercut, the neck throw, double spin kick, and the corkscrew kick. This is that one. Yeah, good character. I don't know if I actually ever finished it with this character though. They're all good in their own ways. Of course, being on roller skates, you should be the fastest character. Have some of that. Really good. But of course, weapons. Weapons you feature like you do in the first game. You do also pick up weapons, and as you keep dropping it and pick it up again, eventually you disappear. So we've got the sword, the pipe, the knife, no bottle I don't think. Also you do have bombs. Just feature quite a bit on this level actually, now thinking about it. There we go. Right, next boss, which basically takes place in the middle of a ghost train. In there somewhere should be a chicken. Chicken now, there we go. And every time the energy has a star next to it, it means they basically have 1 extra life bar. Right, Zamzar is his name. He's winning this game in a moment of time. Master System and 8-bit Game Gear version of Street Race 2 were quite different from the Mega Drive original, and to each other, similar to the Master System Game Gear versions of Sonic the Hedgehog. In addition to having different levels and inferior graphics, Max Thunder was omitted from both, and the Game Gear version does not feature names. Right, I wasn't really paying attention, but life is good, time is good, and at the moment of time, it's looking fairly good here. And when you're in this situation, you can use more additional powers. There we go. It might drain your energy, but for good cause. Win for Skates. Stage 3 is clear. More footage, Street Race 2. Okay, well, there's more footage. Hope you enjoyed the video. A huge thank you for watching the video to this point, and a huge shout out to the patrons. That is the third Morgan's Games poll video, your top 15 Sega Mega Drive games. Until next time, take it easy. Ciao, bye. See ya. Okay, so the game is token. Yes and no. Shinobi 3 received critical acclaim and is ranked and considered It's a direct sequel to the previous game, Revenge of Shinobi 3. No. No, it's not. No, it's not. Creator of the game Streets of Rage, a 901 beat-em-up video game, published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. Players control one of 3 former police officers turned vigilantes who battle a crime syndicate. It establishes many conventions of Street Fighter. No! Yes! Streets of Rage. No. Creator of the game Streets of Rage, a 901 a beat-em-up video game, published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. Oh, poo! How many people have done that in their life? Everybody. It's just fact. Everyone's done it. I've done it again. It killed him. Creator of the game Streets of Rage, a 901 beat-em-up video game, published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. Oh, proved it again. Every time. I've never seen that before. He literally committed suicide. Stay there. Done it! Yes! It's been a long time I have attempted that though, but... Blimey. There you go.